Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating in my studio. Every day I share a video with you on YouTube in which I paint and create all sorts of nature-inspired pictures. I also share loads of tips on how to make the most of your painting journey, interrupted fairly frequently by our family of dogs, cats, chickens and sheep. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications and let's learn to paint watercolour. So today I'm going to do a couple of autumn trees, and I'm not going to put a lot of detail into this. I'm going to have a go at doing a really loose and splashy tree, starting with the leaves. So I've got three colours here that I thought I would use, which are burnt sienna, quinacridone gold, and this one is Venetian red, which is kind of semi-opaque reddish brown, which is going to give quite a lot of solidity to the colours. And I've got my glass pen because I'm going to add ink for the structure, and I've also got my bamboo pen for the same reason, and I've got some Indian ink here. And it's possible I might want to use some of my found objects, my sticks and feathers, but I'm not sure yet. So first thing I'm going to do is find my water, and I'm going to make a mess on here. And I think I'm just pondering which brush to use. I think I haven't used this one for a while. I have been using it, but I've been using it to dust off the bits and pieces on paper. So I think I might use that. So I'm going to make it wet, and then I'm going to just put some water on there. And then I'm not going to use this for the paint because I think it's just going to soak up a huge amount of paint, and that would be very wasteful. So I'm looking for something. Oh, now what about this? It's the baby brother of this Isabey here. This is a similar kind of structure of brush. As you can see, it's bound around the edges here, but this won't take too much, will it? So I'm not quite sure what colour to use really, so I'm probably going to mix some of all of them together, and then I'm going to splash the water, splash the paint into the water first. Some nice big splotches. This is the way to do it. Nice mess for an afternoon of. I'm worried I'm coming down with a cold. I hope not. I don't know how I can have caught a cold because I haven't been anywhere near anyone for ages, but I feel as if I'm getting a sore throat, so send me your good vibrations, please, people. We did something like this before, didn't we, with when we were doing, what was it? Did a laburnum tree earlier on in the year and in the summer, and we did wisteria, that was it. I need some paper towel. Yeah, I should have stretched this paper, but I ran out of time. So I'm going to try to reinforce the colour here, and I'm going to say to myself, this is the centre of one tree, and then the other one is going to be over here, not quite so dark. So I think I'm going to have to let that dry. And then I think what I might do, I might mix my media here. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to try. This is a Karat Aquarell Staedtler watercolor pencil, and I'm going to draw in to the paint and see what happens. I want to see what's going to happen because if I put ink there, then I'm stuck if it runs too much. But this is just to give me an idea. And that is going to run. But the question is, does that matter? Or is that a good thing? So as I've said before, my studio is a kind of experimental place where you start out with one idea and you might very well end up doing something completely different. And this is quite exciting to use because it does bleed out. No, that's not the right thing to say. I've been watching too much Law and Order. Again, it bleeds. It just bleeds. It doesn't bleed out, Diane. It bleeds and it makes interesting textures. So we might not even need to use the ink after all, at all. Sometimes I like to hold, instead of, this is the traditional proper way to hold a pencil, not like, I don't know, like that. But sometimes when you're sketching, it's useful to hold it from above. And so not like that, and not like this, or whatever it is that some of these young people do. I can't even do it with my fingers. Not like that. That's very controlling, very controlled in one way, so good for pen and brush. But if you want to sketch, sometimes holding it from above like that is good. So then you can, I don't know, it gives a different effect. you could do a lot of this. Now, I'm not going to be using the ink after all. What I will be doing though is bringing a little bit of more water into this area here, just to make that look more like bark. And it's possible that when that's dry, I might come in with a bit more pencil there, or maybe even ink. So it's just a case of waiting and seeing. It's possible you might want to put a bit more colour in over some of the branches. Possible this might benefit from a bit of salt too, so let's put some of that on. This is coarse salt, not salt coarse. Okay, so that looks pretty horrendous, but on the other hand, you never know. And if nothing else, it's an experiment in colour. So I'm just going to emphasize down one side of the trunk of this tree to give it a bit more form. And this one too, while it's still wet. Maybe still a few more spatters. Perhaps this one, burnt sienna. This is to represent the leaves, of course. And you'll notice that this is the side that's got more yellow on it, quinacridone. This side is more pinkish. And at this point I am definitely going to stop and let that dry for two reasons. One, it's time to do that, and secondly, I need to visit the little girl's room, so I'll be back shortly when that's dry. Oh, I just wanted to show one other thing. When you're holding the pencil like that, you can twist it just to make more variety in the stroke, the line for your branches. So if you just twist it, you'll get more knobbles and bits and pieces happening. Not always the way you want them exactly, but so twisting like that. Okay, so this is dry now, and I'm going to come in with a few more spatters for indicating the leaves. And there's two ways of doing spatters. You can either do it like that, when you get sort of lengthwise kind of effect, or you can do it like that, and then you get more of a droplet kind of effect, so like that. I think I had a little bit too much there perhaps, so I'll just lift a little bit of that out. And make sure we put more orange on this side and more of a pinky one, as we have already on that side. And I think the lines of the structure of the tree are probably more or less good enough. The thing is, if I come in with that now, because it's dry, it won't give the same kind of effect as it was before. So if I want to reinforce any of the lines, the easiest way is just to come in with some ink. And I can also spatter. I'm not sure if that will work, but I can spatter with a brush if I want to get some black. I'll find the right brush in a minute. Yeah. There we are. Some black dots. Perhaps a few big ones. So you could call this a loose tree. That wouldn't be unreasonable. Trees are very complicated and people always come unstuck. The one thing that I think is the most useful thing to remember about when you're doing branches on trees is that they divide, and every time they divide they get narrower. So and what they don't do is at the bottom they don't splay out. I've seen a lot of those. So that's probably enough black. And so I'll put my lid back on if I can find it. There it is. You could spatter some white on there as well, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that. So I'm going to leave that now to dry. And probably when it's dry, I'm going to call it done. So there's the final painting. I hope you enjoyed watching me do that. And if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also turn on notifications so that you get notified whenever a new video comes up. Don't forget to go along to DianeAntone.com, our website, where we have an almost daily blog talking about the paintings that we've put up and the materials that we've used. And also on there we have the free sketches that you can download for the paintings that I've done. There won't be one for this one because this isn't the sort of painting that you can sketch really. You can just do your own version of this, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. The other thing is we do have a shop now with some mugs in it and some colouring books, and that's on YouTube. If you just look underneath the thumbnail of the video, you'll see the shop is just there, and if you click on that it takes you to Teespring, which is a great source of special, what do you call it, personalised things. So that's the people that we're working with. And also we would love you to join the channel as a channel member. There's lots of benefits to that, so if you just go to the channel home page, you'll see a button that says join. Click on that. It won't join you straight away, it will just take you to a page that tells you all about the benefits of being a member of the channel. So that's enough of me rambling, and I will say good night and have a lovely evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.